everyone, my name is Malvika Varadan and I'm very proud to bring you stories from around the world. Now this is a project by The Hive and Toddle, and there are some very important rules to remember. Number one, listen really carefully to these stories. Number two, don't be afraid to pause this video and act along and follow the instructions, alright? And number three, right after we finish reading our stories, after our story time, don't forget to try out all the cool craft activities in your Toddle box and make sure that you get your hands dirty. And it's time for yet another story from around the world, and this one is close to my home. Actually, it's The Monkey and the Pea, and it's a story from India. Once there lived a very, very wealthy king who loved all the finest things in life. How do you think kings sit? With their big bodies and their big shoulders, bossing everybody around. Okay, I'm going to read the story like that. He lived in an enormous palace with servants who waited on him hand and foot. He loved to wear precious jewels, and his clothes were made from the most expensive silks and satins. I'm feeling quite silly. I think you should also try a king's body so that I'm not the only one doing it. The king always ate the best food, served on beautiful golden plates that glittered and gleamed. Do you know what it means to glitter and gleam? Look around you and see if there's something that's glittering and gleaming. Although the king was a good ruler in many ways, his subjects thought that he was very greedy. And it seemed that no matter what the king had, it was never enough. He always wanted more. Sometimes all of us are greedy, right? When was the last time you were greedy? And how did he say these words? More gold! You want to try? More jewels! More food! Of course, nobody dared mention it, just in case they made him angry. One day, however, something happened that changed absolutely everything. It started out as an ordinary day. The king woke up and decided to go hunting in the forest. And he went to his royal stables where there were 99 horses. I wish I had another horse, he muttered to his chief minister. And the king rode through the forest all morning until he came to a clearing. So a clearing is usually like in a forest when there's a few trees, spaced out, and there's a little bit of clear space in between. So you can put down your bags and let your horses stand for a while, maybe open up a picnic basket. But let's see what he was eating. What a good place for lunch, he exclaimed. The king sat on a pile of golden cushions while his servants prepared the royal picnic. Wow, golden cushions. The horses whined and stamped their feet because they were hungry too. So the chief minister tipped out a sack of peas for them to munch on, like mutton. Suddenly, a little monkey peeped out from the branches of a nearby tree. How do you think this monkey did this? It swung down and it scooped up a huge handful of peas. As it scampered back onto the tree, one pea fell from its paw. So imagine you were holding a paw full of peas and you were a monkey and you were scampering, and then suddenly one pea fell. In a desperate attempt to catch it, the monkey dropped all the other peas that it was holding, and the king's horse just gobbled them all up. The king laughed at the monkey's bad luck. He shouldn't have been so greedy, he said. By trying to keep hold of all the peas, he missed out on a fine meal. Sounds like someone I know. That's true, said the minister, wondering if he was brave enough to say what he was really thinking. And he took a deep breath and he said, Good king, when too greedy you be, remember that monkey and the pea. Hey, that rhymes. When too greedy you be, remember that monkey and pea. What other word do you think rhymes with pea and bee? The sea, a tree, a fee, me? Maybe you can come up with a few. The monkey is a good teacher, the king said thoughtfully. His greed vanished, and from that day on, everybody could see that he was a happier and wiser king. I guess the moral of this story is A, never be greedy, but B, even if you're a monkey, you can teach a king a lesson. We hope you enjoyed that story and we hope you enjoyed acting along. Now don't forget to get your hands dirty and start doing all of the craft activities associated with that story. And remember, even if we can't get on planes and travel around the world, stories and words can help us go anywhere.